All of you, by your experience and your position and your attendance here today, you all have demonstrated that you value vision and fresh ideas. One such fresh idea was ECEF. It came to life in 2002, and as I mentioned, today we celebrate its 15th anniversary. So I'd like you to join me in a very quick review of ECEF highlights. I promise it will be fast-paced and fun. For ECEF alumni in the room, there will be memories and maybe a few smiles. If you're here for the first time, you'll see how ECEF evolved into what you are experiencing today. ECEF is a celebration. It's a celebration of attendees, speakers, sponsors, media associations, and many special guests. Thank you for taking this journey with me. So let's start. In 2002, Halle Berry and Denzel Washington won the Oscars. And, well, ECEF also began as a vision shared by two partners. One was an independent show organizer and a founder of CISO. He was also my friend. That was the late Mike Howell. The other partner had managed association megashows, CES, Graph Expo, and the National Computer Conference. That was me. And our idea was to bring together association and independent executives to come together for networking and for peer-to-peer information exchange. ECEF was conceived as a one-day gathering of no more than 200 attendees, all C-level executives. Our industry's media and associations would also be invited, and sponsors would be limited to a few top-tier providers. The 2000 launch attracted 105 executives and 13 sponsors. 15 years later, in this room, we have over 220 executives, we have 37 sponsors, 8 publications, and 7 associations, exactly as we had envisioned. But back then, we pitched our idea to Richard Green. He was with the Marriott, and he understood and was convinced that this would work. He took the idea to the Marriott Wardman Park, and they became ECEF's first platinum sponsor and venue. Richard, are you in the room? Richard, thank you. So Richard is my combination, ECEF's combination, godfather and rabbi and Dutch uncle, all rolled into one. The keynoters that year were Skip Cox and Wayne Jacobs, and 2 other speakers who shared their insights in 2002, Karen Shupka and Galen Poss, are on the program today. Now that was not planned, but it certainly is a wonderful coincidence. Convention Data Services and the Expo Group were among the 13 ECEF sponsors in 2002, and they are still sponsors today. Thank you. Skip Cox contributed his first of 15 in a row white papers, and Wayne Jacobs compiled the first ever ECEF Pulse. IAEE, PCMA, and CISO accepted our invitations. In time, ASAE, SEER, CIC, EDPA, and ESCA joined us as well, and we were off and running. In 2003, the Concorde flew for the very last time, and ECEF keynotes, Gary Shapiro and Margaret Peterson. Actually, why are you two sitting together again? Separate, network, make some new friends. They alerted us to the rising popularity of corporate events. They told us to expect more regional events, and they predicted more partnerships. They couldn't have been more correct. And these companies debuted as sponsors. In 2004, Trade Show Executive honored ECEF with their prestigious Innovation Award. Bob Priestek, then with Media Live, explained how events should be end-to-end marketing campaigns for exhibitors. He anticipated today's rising expectations. And these organizations joined us as sponsors and publications. Our 2005 keynoter, Nancy Berg, gave us the C-suite's view of how SME cut shows, cut publications, and staff to survive. She didn't predict the Great Recession, but she gave us survival strategies and tactics that were soon to prove invaluable. And we added these publications, and sponsors. On ECEF's 5th anniversary, we heard from keynoters Barbara Tulipain and Paul Mackler. Barbara revealed how ERA evolved their annual meeting to improve their industry's credibility while celebrating their successes. And Paul explained how he was re-engineering Cygnus from a publishing company to an integrated media company offering events, web, custom marketing, as well as publishing. And this publication joined us. Mickey McManus's keynote woke us out of complacency when he revealed the obstacles that we put in front of our customers. His 2007 call to make our events can't miss living laboratories. Can't miss living laboratories still resonates in 2016. Mickey challenged us to take control of our message, to tell our industry story in such a positive light that everyone will want in. His message is now more relevant than ever. And I want to thank Wayne Jacobs, who's in the room somewhere. Wayne Jacobs for his help throughout the years on on-site polling and summaries. And we welcomed this sponsor. Keynoter Greg Reed explained why he canceled all trade shows in favor of launching his own proprietary corporate event. Greg asked us to realize that we're in the business of helping our customers succeed. He called on event organizers to devise better metrics to help exhibitors prove ROI. Later this morning, we will hear from 3 exhibitors on just how well we responded to Greg's call. In 2009, when Alan Blue revealed that LinkedIn was not interested in producing events, you could almost hear all of us in the room give a collective sigh of relief. In 2010, ECF found a permanent home at the JW Marriott. It was also the year we added business experts from outside our industry to expand our knowledge. Closing keynoter Rock Parar advised us to stop imitating competitors and to find blue oceans for our own events. And we were joined by, to honor our 10th anniversary, ECF made a donation to the Life is Good Foundation that helps challenge children. You might know them by their logoed clothing. Gary Shapiro was our keynoter. Gary believes innovation is the key to staying relevant. He urged each and every one of us to make at least 3 major changes to our events every year. And new sponsors included Nancy Walsh in 2012 shared with us Reed's new exhibit space pricing model to give exhibitors more prices, taking into account multiple decision factors, including booth location and payment schedule. That was the year we introduced the ECF mobile app, and we were joined by Michaela O'Connor Abrams showed us that design is everywhere in our lives and also must be everywhere in our events. She told us to pay close attention to the impact design has on the perception and the success of our events. And prominent millennial Cal Newport predicted that his generation will embrace events as a way to burnish their expertise and credentials. New sponsors were Greg Topalian suggested that B2B events were, like Blockbuster Video, vulnerable to a Netflix-like disruption. He urged us to turn our attendees into fans by offering them can't-miss experiences. Closing keynoter Larry Vincent showed us that our brand is more than a logo. Our brand lives in every single customer interaction. MDG joined us as a silver sponsor, and we added these sponsors and publications. Scott Schenker, Scott I think is in the room somewhere today, I hope. Scott Schenker reminded us that we live in an era of rapid social change, and we must prepare our events for the time when an extreme idea becomes a widely accepted norm. He asked us how many of us would consider having a marijuana tasting bar at our next event? I won't ask for a show of hands on that right now, but very interesting. Kerry Bodine walked us through every touch point of the customer's experience. She reminded us that our brand is our promise. PSAV became our gold sponsor, and the following also became sponsors. For our 15th ECEF, we were joined by 10 new sponsors, and A to Z has become a bronze sponsor. We hope that you agree that ECF has kept its promises. And now, I promise all of you that we will continue to search for stimulating content and new ways to serve you better.